So today I'm doing a book review video. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit low. It is the nighttime here, so I really just want to get this book review done because I have to shoot another video tomorrow, so I'm gonna get this done now. So this is a book review video, and excuse me, most of these books for this book review video were really just okay. They weren't exciting. So I'm gonna show you the two first that I didn't really like. So this first one I'm gonna show you, I didn't finish it, so I don't know what happens in the whole entire book, but I'm gonna tell you guys, this book was really long, and this is a book that I got in a book review video that's just, not from a book review, like a book, sale, and I just got it, because I don't like sushi, but I just liked the title of it, and I don't know what I thought this book would be about. I thought it would be about, like, friends getting together and eating sushi or something. And this is called Sushi for Beginners. It's by Marian Keys. I don't know how you say her name. And what this book's about, it's about these three women who work for the same magazine. It's set in Ireland. Yeah, it was Ireland. And it was just a really long book. And I really didn't get into it. Like, this was the first one I started reading for this book review video. And it didn't seem great to me. And I didn't really get into it. And usually when I read books that have, like, 3 different women in it, or, like, a couple women or whatever, each chapter is usually divided into one of the women's problem or issue or storyline. And this one was really hard to follow, I think, because the chapters were each woman that was in the book was in each chapter, so if you forgot or if you weren't paying attention, you could see, oh, this is a different woman's storyline now or whatever. It was just a really weird book. And this one, now when I got this book, this is called My Lady of Cleves. It's a novel of Henry VIII and Anne of Cleves. It's by Mary Campbell Barnes, and this is what it looks like. And if you don't know, Anne of Cleves was Henry VIII, King Henry VIII of England's 4th wife, his second to last wife. And he ended up divorcing her. And the one thing is, I thought this book was going to be about her life. I thought it was going to be about, like, a biography. And it wasn't a biography, it was just like a historical fiction book, so it was just like a plain old story. And the one thing that I think a lot of people, if you don't know, I didn't know a lot about Anne of Cleves, but somebody said in this documentary I watched, when it was all about his 5 or 6 wives or whatever, said that she was like the ugly one, and I don't know why, because she didn't, they didn't say she was like in the book or anything, but it was just an okay kind of book. It goes right into Henry VIII finding a different wife because he just lost his 3rd wife during childbirth, and he gets this Anne of Cleves woman. It was between her and her sister, and they weren't married very long, and it talks about it goes through their divorce, and then it talks about him getting married to his last wife and stuff like that, and how he did treat her when he divorced Anne of Cleves. He treated her like a sister, kind of, and I don't know if that's what it was like in real life, because I don't know that much about her. Like I said, when I first got this book, I was so excited to get it. I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be about a biography about Anne of Cleves, because I don't know that much about Anne of Cleves being Henry VIII's wife and everything. But again, it wasn't, it was just like an historical fiction type of book. So this book was a biography, kind of. And this is called The Story of the Trapp Family Singers by Augusta Trapp. The dramatic, best-selling true story that inspired the world-acclaimed Sound of Music. And if you don't know the Sound of Music is this movie with Julie Andrews in it, and she is the not governess, Fräulein to this captain's children, and he ends up falling in love with her, and it's about them escaping the Nazis and stuff like that. And this is what it looks like. And it was a small book. It was basically, there was 352 pages in this book, and some of the chapters were long, some were short. And now the thing is, if you ever seen The Sound of Music, it is not like this book at all. Like, the children's names are all different in this book, and it talks more about their life when they fled Austria for the war and everything that was going on with that. So it's more it's way different than the musical, so don't think it's gonna be exactly like The Sound of Music or stuff like that. But I mean, some of like the main storyline is the same about about Maria. That's the girl that was the Fräulein to the children, and then they did get married, and she did have children with him. She had 2 or 3, and then it talks about how they fled Austria for when the war was happening, stuff like that. Now this book, I got this book. Now this one is the only one that I got not from a book sale. It was actually from Target. And this is called Victoria. It's by Daisy Goodwin, and she is the producer or co-writer or whatever of Victoria, the show and masterpiece, which is about Queen Victoria. I was going to say Princess Victoria. Queen Victoria's life. She was the Queen of England. And this is what it looks like. And I thought it was going to be more like about Queen Victoria's life, and it actually ended up being just like the first season of Victoria, the show on Masterpiece on PBS, and it was exactly the same. So I thought it was going to be more about like a part of Victoria's like biography that she was going to write or something. But no, it ended up being more like the show. So if you've never seen the Victoria show, you can read this book. It's divided into 4 parts, and it goes all the way up to her getting married to Prince Albert. And it's basically the same thing as the show. Some of the parts, even the dialogue in it sounds the same, like from the first season of the show. So yeah, this book was kind of like a disappointment, because I thought it was going to be more about like a little section of the real Queen Victoria's life instead of just what is on in the TV show. I'm not saying like the Victoria TV show isn't accurate. I mean, it is kind of accurate. So this one is another book. Now this book is a small little book, and it's called A Little Book of Flowers, Lore, Customs, and Language. It's by Evva Gelfand. I don't know how you say her last name. And this is what it looks like. And basically, it's just a book about some of the flowers. There's like 20 pages or so in the book where they go through in alphabetical order most of the different kinds of flowers, and it tells you what the symbolic meaning is of, like, a daffodil is unrequired love, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. A crocus is mirth or youthful gladness, and a columbine is anxious or trembling. Let's see another one. I'm trying to see. Okay, lily, and it goes through like the different types of lilies. Like there's imperial, scarlet, tiger, white, and yellow. And it means majesty, hybrid, prosperity, purity, and gratitude. And it does, and then it goes through the book talking about different kinds of myths pertaining to not all the flowers, just some of them, like an anemone, daffodil, daisy, iris, stuff like that. It was a cute little book. It doesn't have any pictures on it to show you what the flowers look like or anything, but it was a cute little book, especially if you're into, like, they were talking about how, like, oh, like, flowers are used in medicine and different types of roses and what they mean, and how roses got their meaning of, like, red being love and yellow meaning friendship and stuff like that. So, and the reason why I read that one was because, you know, next week is the first day of spring, so I wanted to read some books that were, like, springy. And this is another one, and we have bird feeders in our yard. And I loved Watch the Birds. My favorite bird is a cardinal. They're these beautiful red birds, the males are, and then the females are this. They have a yellow orangish beak, and they're brown. And it's just called How to Attract Birds, and there's no author of this book. It just says Ortho books, and this is what it looks like, and it basically goes through how to attract birds to your house. So it basically goes through, there's like how you can make like suet, suet, which is like a little clump of stuff like bird seed, and you can put like all this stuff in it. It's made from like beef broth or something. It goes through like how to provide water, nesting sites, different kinds of food, and then in the back there's like a gallery of birds, which shows you most of the birds, probably just in like North America, and it shows some pictures of them and stuff like that. And this is what it looks like. See the cardinals on the front. And it was a really good book, and it was a really cool book. If you like birds or animals or anything like that, you would probably love this book. I mean, I liked it. The pictures in it are amazing. This one was a book that it came in this, like, we got this bag of books like at this flea market, and my mom and I, and it was only like $10, $10 or $20. And in this, it came in like this bag where it just said like the different genres on each bag. And I don't know what the genre was for this one, but this one, and this is a TV show. Perry Mason solves like mysteries and stuff like that, and it's a TV show, like an old TV show. And these are some of the cases. I don't know if this was a case that was on the TV show. I don't know. This is by Erle Stanley Gardner, and it's Perry Mason solves the case of the baited hook. And this is what it looks like. And I really didn't like this book. I did finish it. It was basically about Perry Mason is solving this crime about this man who got killed, and he is trying to figure out if this woman did it, who's the woman that's like on like this thing, and there was stuff about stock in it, like some stocks and stuff, and about how if it was about when this guy died, if the stock of this money was really truly genuine or something like that. I don't know how you would say it. And last but not least, this book is a Chesapeake Shores novel, and these books are not like the Lifetime, or not Lifetime, Hallmark show. The characters are the same, but the storyline isn't the same. And this one is called Beach Lane, and this is the one. I have the next one in the series. I mean, I don't have the next one in the series. I have the one after that. So it's gonna be a while before I can read the series again, because it's the one that's in between this one and the next one after that. The one in the middle I'm missing because it's a Christmas one and I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna have to either get it on the Kindle or just wait and see if it comes out at the end of the year for Christmas. This is called Beach Lane, and it's by Cheryl Woods, and this is what it looks like. I don't remember what number this is in this series, but basically what these books are about, they're about one person from the OBrien family clan. And this one is about Susie O'Brien and her boyfriend, Mac. And then it ends up going to... I forget what her name was. It started with an L. Her and her boyfriend, where her and her boyfriend Matthew, like, she is kind of old for him, and she doesn't really want to date him because of that. But the main story in the book is about Susie O'Brien, which is, like, Jess and Abby and Connor and Kevin and Bree's cousin, who is dating this guy named Mac, and they're in this relationship where they don't think they're dating, they're just friends, but they really are dating. They've been dating for a long time, and what happens is Mac loses his job at the worst point in his life because he's like a newspaper sports reporter, and since the digital age is coming, people aren't really getting real newspapers anymore. They're getting it offline and stuff. So he loses his job, and he really wanted to get engaged to his girlfriend, and he has to put it off because he wants to make sure he has a job before he gets engaged to her. And then something happens to Susie, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it changes their dynamic of their relationship. And it's just a good story. Like, I couldn't put it down, and I think this one was, like, one of my favorite ones in the series so far, because you didn't know, like, what was going to happen between Susie and Mac, more so than, like, the other books. And I just liked it. Now, the next one in the series is a Christmas book. So I don't have it, like I said, I have the next one. So I don't know if I should wait and see if I can find the Christmas one, or just read the next one. I don't know. So you guys can tell me below if you've read the series. Comment below and tell me if the next one, I think it's called An OBrien Family Christmas, if the Christmas book that comes after this one, and then if you read the next one, which I don't remember what the next one's called, after the Christmas one, if you have to read the Christmas one, or can you read the one after that without giving, like, any spoilers or anything. I don't know if you can do that or not. I don't know. But comment below and tell me that, or comment below and tell me some of your favorite books you want me to read or recommend, or anything like that, or any questions. I'll see you guys next time with another video, and hope you guys have a wonderful day.